So I named my dream Pathlint. Living here in Canada for 7 years. So every company have a different way of hiring. Like their hiring process is different, right? So Walmart, you can't just go there and drop your resume. They have like online assessment, so you have to pass that assessment. So you need to clear that assessment just once, and then you can apply any job that available. If you, and there is also little trick. One of my friends, she gave me the advice like how to answer those questions of the assessment. So because of her, I was able to clear my assessment and get the opportunity. And what Walmart does, so they will have a group interview. So for in my case, they have a 20 applicant, right? 10 of us was in one room and 10 of were the other rooms. So they chose two from my group and two from the other group. Like especially in the sales, because in the sales they know that they can teach you like anything. Is anything anyone can learn how to cash out transaction and all that kind of stuff. So those interview they are more like about your personality. And the other, if you go to like any sales job, like if you're going to the mall, right? So especially like any selling like a clothing, purse, anything like a sale. So mostly so many people apply to them online, right? So all the companies they have a different process of hiring. As I said, like I worked at like Reitmans, like a WL clothing company. So they will post their job on the Indeed or like those kind of job app, but they prefer mostly when somebody come in personally and drop their resume. And also you can't just go in your gym clothes or college clothes like casual clothes, right? It's a sales job, and so they will pay attention how you dressed up. So when you're going in person dropping off your resume, actually in the sale, your dressing sense number one like important thing, so they will notice that. I will give you example. There were two students like looking for a part-time. First guy came in, he was dressed in a very formal like a jeans and formal shirt. He has a watch and he has, the moment the manager saw him, because they always hire especially like the busy season like a Christmas season or the summertime, so they need a lots of help, right? She interviewed him right away just because the way he was talking with the confidence and the way he dressed up. So she interviewed him right away and she offered him a job too. But still they need to go through that online process. So she told him that you can apply online now and I will accept your resume and start your process. And then he mentioned that, oh, I have a friend who was also looking for a job, and she said, oh, call, interviewed him as well, and they both got hired right at the moment. So that's how important it is, the way you dressed up. So like I worked in the sale like in the mall for 3 years, and every semester I see so many students come in dropping off the resume. Sometimes there are very small mistake that they make, doesn't matter how much skill they have. And sometimes I feel very bad. You know how I remember when I came to Canada, some people will tell me, oh, only talk to the manager, don't talk to the other like worker there. They not gonna let you hire, they will tear your resume and they will. According to my experience, you should talk to the people who work there, right? So what you can do, you can just visit the store like as a customer, right? So because when you go generally like a job seeker, they look you different. You ask directly, are you guys hiring? So they said no, we are not hiring, right? So they didn't know any, you didn't get a chance to talk or anything, like they don't know what personality you are. So what I will suggest you first, if you're going to the mall, that I see student when they come just for fun, just to shopping around in the mall, they dressed up so nice. They dressed up so nicely because they're taking pictures, right? They're taking picture, posing and everything. But when they come to drop off the resume, they don't care. They don't care how they look. But if you can dress up and invest your time to have a social media picture, why you cannot invest same time for like your job? Like it's like a mini interview. You apply online, person don't know who you are, what you look like, how you dress, or like they just go from your resume, right? So whatever you wrote on the resume, they will judge you from that. When you go in person, doesn't matter what you written here, right? So let's see, I'll give you one example. So on the resume you said good, like excellent English speaker, right? That's what you wrote on the resume. But now you're going in person, right? So when you talk, you have no confidence, and sometimes you're underconfident, that's why you couldn't speak, right? But that when somebody questioning you and you couldn't answer so doesn't matter what you written on the resume, right? They saw you. So when you're going in person, so it is your mini interview. So other thing I will suggest you, first you choose the companies that you like, and also first you who are hiring, right? You can always check on their website, or you can on the mall website location, wherever they are. As I was saying earlier, right, in Canada, one job is like your personality job, other is your skill based, and the third is your license, right? So there are some jobs that you cannot do without a license. Who's giving financial advice, and who's a doctor, who's a nurse, who's a physiotherapist. So those are the jobs. So you know that you cannot apply for that job that require license. And then there are some jobs that need a certification, right? So if you cannot be a recreation therapist if you didn't have a study in that. But like a nursing, like if you have a BSc nursing back home, so here you can work entry job. Like you cannot be able to work as a nurse, you have to have a study from here, or you have to clear the exam, right? Only then you can be a nurse here. But you can work as a PSW. And then if you have a physiotherapy degree from back home, you can work as a physio assistant. So those kind of things you will only know when you talk to people, right? So it is very important, whatever job you going to do, you need to talk to somebody who's already doing that job. Okay, don't listen to people that, oh, they will not help you. Not everybody is a bad person, right? Some people, they just want you to ask them so they can help you. Because I was like that there was a girl, I was at my job, so she came, and so where I was working there was no hiring. So I said they are not hiring here. So I did like suggest her some option that I knew that those people are hiring. I know somebody who work at a restaurant, so if you can just give me your resume, so I will give that to them. Then they can ask if they can call you for interview. And she was so happy. She said, oh, so she said, I am enrolled in that course in my college. So the person who worked there, they talked to boss, and that restaurant was the most popular restaurant in Niagara Falls. If any celebrity came from US, or if like our prime minister or mayor like Doug Ford, like maybe you guys know, like in Niagara Falls there is a casino, like owner of the casino, so they all go in that restaurant. And also in the winter time, doesn't matter how cold it is, people will line up outside that restaurant. Like they are one of the best. That person has a very good reputation, like one of their best employee, right? So they will not say no. So they said, oh, we will interview, right? So what happened, I called that girl. I said, oh, so you can just go inside and ask for the boss, and he will take interview, right? And she said okay. And then when the person who referred her went there, she was not anywhere. He couldn't find her. And he asked the boss, oh, that girl was here, what did she do in the interview? And he said she didn't come, she didn't stay. So what happened was, she was at the reception and she told them that she's here for an interview, right? And because it's a restaurant and it's not open yet, so they are run by the owner. So they are five brothers, right? So they run the own restaurant. They all have different duties. So he was busy because restaurant wasn't open yet. So he was doing some preparation in the back. All he said, tell her wait, right? And she waited for maybe 10 minutes or 5 minutes and she left. So I felt so bad. Like, that's why people don't take a chance. I think some people, maybe that's how I feel that. And you know what she did when I was texting her to left, and like, so I said, if I was you, I will wait for hours, because I was getting that opportunity, one of the best restaurant in the city, and she didn't reply me. She totally ignored me and she didn't give me any reply. And after 3-4 months, she was texting me again that she still couldn't find a job. Can I help her to find a job? So then I didn't go out of my way. I just told her what is available and where she can apply. So that's all. That's the thing. So if you somebody give you opportunity, so take action. Like when I came here, I couldn't find job for a month. I waited for a month. I did the same thing, dropping resume like this, right? And then when I couldn't find anything, I know that somebody told me that you can become a newspaper carrier. Like you will drop off a newspaper, like, but you have to drop off before 8. So my college was starting at 9, right? So it was like a Monday to Saturday job. Only day you don't not doing is a Sunday. So I went there. So luckily they need that newspaper delivery person in my street. So they will not give you that job if you living far away. So they will give you in your street. So they will drop off like a newspaper at like a 5 o'clock outside my door. So when I was working like that job for a month, everybody was, because in my classmate only 3 or 4 my classmate got a job because they have a nursing background and they knew that they can work as a PSW. But me, I didn't know anybody, or nobody like ever told me that with my physiotherapy I can work as a physio assistant. So except those three, nobody like got a job. Like, and when I got this job, newspaper carrier, and they were telling me, oh, why you doing this is so much little money, but I was working just for an hour in the morning. So I said, I'm okay, at least I'm getting something better than nothing. So everybody have their GIC, like, for it, so you don't stress about your rent a lot, but you think a lot when you want to eat something. You did not have a time to cook and you want to eat something, you're hungry. So I said, I will use that money to buy something for me to eat, right? So I said, it's fine. And so far I think that was the best job, not money wise but health wise. That was the best job. So you know how sometimes you say, oh, you'll go to gym like that, but you don't do it. It was a job, it was a responsibility. I have to wake up at 5 o'clock to do. And then when I was doing that for a month, so I got a job at, as I told you, my friend called me and she told me about, because before I was talking to my classmate about the Walmart job and they were telling me, oh, it's very difficult, you won't clear the assessment, it's very difficult, you cannot get job there. So, and I believe them. When my friend told me, she said, Karam, you should apply. She'd give me some like a guidance, like how to do it. And I did it. And I got called for interview and I got selected. And now I have 2 jobs. So the newspaper carrier, I have a 3-month contract. Like I cannot leave that job. I'm finishing 3 months, and I always had that in my mind that you're doing volunteer work here. Maybe you're not making some money, like you're not making a lot of money, but you are making connections. So you are making reference. So if I just got now a nice job at Walmart and leave them like that, so it's not a good thing to do. So you cannot leave like this. I will wake up at 5 o'clock and deliver the newspaper, come home, take shower, go to college, then go to Walmart job. Sometime, not every day, but sometime when they schedule me on my college day class to, right? So then I go to Walmart and then I will have a night shift and I'll reach home at 1 o'clock, then eat some, take a shower, eat something, and then sleep for 3-4 hours and then wake up again for newspaper. And after what I did, I'll just, so one of my classmates, she looking for a job, she didn't have a job, so I just gave my position to her, like a newspaper carrier, and then I did my Walmart job. So before that, when I didn't have a job, right, So randomly I just went to the hospital like in Thunder Bay, and I didn't know that. So the hospital doesn't work like that. Like you cannot work there with the foreign education. Very difficult to that hospital will give you a chance. Mostly hospital will hire physio assistant only who have a study from here like a 2 year diploma. So I went to the hospital. Also other thing, mostly those jobs they hire full time only, and I was a student and they don't, and they told me to apply online. And when I was like going out in the hallway, I saw the volunteer sign, and I didn't know anything about it. But when I was coming here, I heard about that volunteer word. That so I asked them, I said, oh, can I apply for volunteer work there? And she said, oh, I can give you volunteer form, you can fill it and bring it back, and if they like it they will call you interview. So I filled that form, and they need a reference. So what you can do too, if you don't have a reference right now in Canada, so you can use your professor's reference. If you have a professor who like you a lot, and so also that's why always be punctual, go on time, submit your assignment like that, so they your professor can refer you, right? So difference is nothing more like they know you, that you are a good person, good behavior, you are punctual, like that kind of stuff. And he it was Dan. I still remember his name 7 years ago. I got call from Loretta. Her name is Loretta, like around 60 something was her age. Still, I don't speak perfect English, right? But that time you can understand that when you just came to Canada, and I did not do coaching like IELTS test, I prepared at home of speaking, right? So I did not practice speaking much. So my speaking was not that good. She interviewed me, and she was so surprised that how I am speaking. Like I just came here like a month or 2 months ago, and how I can speaking that like very good English, right? And I told her, I when you we go to college, all our degrees they are in English. And she was so surprised. She said, no, it's not in Hindi. I said, no, it's not in. So she interviewed me, and then she told me, Karam, we don't give volunteer opportunity in the physiotherapy department. All we can do, like you can come here and you can help us with the resident, because they're old, they mostly they're on a wheelchair, so you can take them out, those kind of other responsibility we can call you, but we cannot, we never have that volunteer opportunity in the physiotherapy. So I said, okay, that's all right. Then what happened when I was working in the Walmart job, right? So after month or 2 months after, right? So she emailed me. She said, Karam, we can use you in our physiotherapy department. Because I know that was my field job. By that time I was in my second semester, right? So in the second semester we have accounting, so it was little difficult, and it was getting toll on my studies. And also I got another call from a Wendy store, like a food court store, so that I dropped a resume maybe way before. I said, well, I already have like a Walmart. There was another girl who came like from India, from Hyderabad, and she was living in the same house where I live. So I said, I have a job already, but I have a friend who's looking for a job. And she said, bring her in. I said, oh, so that's the other thing that I learned. I already have a volunteer opportunity at hospital, and my study was getting hard because Walmart, they were not giving me the shift on my day off. They were giving me the shift the day I was working. I was also having my class. So they were putting me on a night shift on those days, and they were not giving me the shift when I have off. I decided to leave that because I was focusing more in my field on my field job. Of the girl who saw me at Walmart, she said, why you not coming to the work? And I said I left. And she said, why? I said they were not giving me the right shift, and it was taking toll on my my studies. So I don't want to fail my exam. So if I fail, I need to pay whole fees for the another whole semester, right? So I cannot take chance to fail the exam. And she, that's the thing I don't know, and you should listen to people. That's why you need to talk to people who have a more experience than you before taking any decision. So I just left that job, right, without talking to anybody. And she told me, she said, Karam, you can ask to change your availability. You can tell them that you cannot come on that day and things like that. And also when I told her, I said no to the other job that I was getting, and she said, Karam, how you can say no to that job, because that job was in front of my house. And she said, no, you should accept that job. It doesn't mean you can not have two jobs. You can have a two job. You know, you left at the Walmart. So if you said no to that job, now you had opportunity to work a little bit because it was so close to your house. And I said, oh, I didn't know that, right? But then I was still happy because I did have a job in the healthcare, right? So I just focused on that. And that's everything that came on track. So because of that volunteer work, then I got a job in so it was a volunteer, and then they hired me for 40 days, then they hired me for 4 months, then they offered me full-time job. So and then COVID happened, so everything changed like during COVID. But during whole COVID time, because I was in healthcare, and I did work whole COVID 2020, January 2020 till February 2022. So for 2 years, health issues, like because of COVID, they were start giving you very tight mask, was not able to breathe. And so I have to leave, and then I switched to retail. Then I worked in retail for 3 years. Also, sometimes the God has a plan for you. First I got job in healthcare. It was good decision. So back then I thought, oh, I did wrong thing to left that job. But if I didn't left that job, right, I would not focus to find another job in healthcare, right? So, and I didn't get PR so easily. So it was the right decision. I went into retail. So it was all sales. So I was very shy person, don't talk to much people, even in Punjab. So that job pushed me, because before I was not working in a busy. First I was work in a busy store, and then I will not talk to customer much. I will focus on doing other stuff, right? And then after I was working in a luxury store, and over there you don't see many people come in like all, but only one person came. And then my manager, she will be listening to me in them, because she know I don't talk much, and she said, Karam, you need to talk to them, you need to talk to make a conversation with them. So it really helped me to build a confidence that I can speak to people even if they don't want to talk to me. Other thing that helped me a lot, I can speak with confidence when I believe. So if I don't like if this is a watch I don't like it, I cannot sell it. So if I know this is a very good thing, so then I can convince them. But they were so trained that they will even sell something that they don't even like. But that job shaped me, that they made me like a confident person, that I can talk to people. Also because it's a Niagara Fall, you see tourists all the time, you see different personalities and how to deal with them. That's how where I met so many students and coming to me talking, and now here I am. Now I started my own business. I won't say a business, it's more like, for me, first is more to help a community, to help international student, because I belong to like a very, not even a middle class family, like a very below than that. And in my school, people help me by giving me free books. Sometimes they help me paying my fees. And when I came to Canada, they helped me by giving me money, even though I return them back, but still they give me money when I ask. So they have trusted in me. They put their trust, their belief that I will return them back. They trust that I am a hard worker, I can pay them back. So thank you to all of them. And so that's why my first what you call vision or mission is that to help you, to help international students. And so Pathlink is about that. If you are a student here and you think that is not going well, I don't know what to do, oh this is not working, oh this is not working, you should just call me or contact me through my LinkedIn. So, and we will figure it out. Okay, so that's how it is Pathlink about. I know there are already so many services in the community, but I want you to guide you. I want you to how you can talk to somebody with confidence, and also if there is something that you wanna talk about, some specific program that you are talking to a counselor, you are talking to a advisor, you're talking to an immigration consultant, and if you're not feeling confident, or I can give you feedback, or you should go for it or no. Or if you need any help, right? If you want to prepare for interview, if you want me to show your resume, if you want to show me your cover letter, anything, because everybody have a different journey, everybody has a different experience, a different goal, different vision. So I cannot give one advice to everybody, right? So you can contact me, we can meet, we can talk and learn about your goal, and then we'll go from there. Okay? And I wish you all the best for this journey. And I know I've been there, it's very stressful, you feel so lonely, like sometimes you feel like why you come here, the life was so better over there. I thought that's why, that was also the reason that I got permanent residency and job so fast, so focused, because I wasn't enjoying here at much, like at all. And I was like, I came here to get a PR, right? I came here to get a PR. I will do my best, try everything I have, and I will get permanent residency in 1 year, and I'll go back. And because that is my goal, and I achieve it and go back, and I won't stay here. And now, because everything is settled down, I have my family here, everyone is here, right? So now when everything worked out, I have whole family here. Now I miss that, because I just started doing my planning and then launching my business, right? So now I'm so busy with my family, like it's very hard to have a time, right? So that was the one thing, like I know is you miss your family, you enjoy time, spending time with them, but this is also good time that you can work. If you are alone, you can learn new things, you can learn new skills, you can invest in yourself. Okay, so all the best. That's all. Bye bye.